This episode of the Pickleball Show with Curtis Reese is brought to you in part by Gavin Fight of Resolute RE, the commercial real estate experts. Resolute RE is helping to bring more pickleball courts to the Lone Star State with free market analysis, site selection, and lease negotiations for your next pickleball center or restaurant or retail store. You name it, we can help. Ready to elevate your game? Visit the link in the episode description to learn more.
Right. My first guest, the only guest that we got here today. He's coming on. I cut the stuff off quick. His name is Jeff Salzenstein. He's only a two-time academic All-American. A two-time All-American, national champion, and team captain at Stanford. He was also a former top 100 player in the ATP, and I've seen him play some of those matches and doubles. And he's also he's a former he's a ranked tennis player. He's a success coach. This is why I brought him on, as well as he's a trainer and entrepreneur, as well as he has created the zone of excellence. And with no further ado, here he is, Jeff. What's up, man?
Awesome to be here.
Thanks for coming on.
One thing I want to point out is you actually pronounced my name correctly. There was a little stutter in there, but you did get it correct.
Because I was nervous.
Most people, when they introduce me, they don't get it right. It's Salzenstein. Actually, that's correct. Salzenstein, Salzenberg.
No.
And when I played on the Pro Tour, I played 11 years on the ATP Pro Tour, and I would often start matches where they'd pronounce my name right, and by the end of the match, it was something completely different. So I'm just happy you got my name right. Thank you.
Everybody hear that I got it right. Well, welcome to the show. I'm Curtis Reese. I'm your host. I would like to let you know that we have a new sponsor with Quantum and Pride Mobility Products. They're the #3 wheelchair dealer for veterans and people with disabilities in the United States of America. They have invited the show and us to go to the Wheelchair Veterans Game July 27th to 30th in New Orleans. So be looking for that. Thank you for that. But most importantly, let's get to Mr. Jeff here. I've been bugging this guy for like 2 years. And finally he's like, "Oh my God, I'll go on." And I was like, "Yeah!" But he's here. So anyway, Jeff, thanks for coming on. Let's get with the way of pickleball, my man. What, when, where?
Let's do it.
How did you start? How do pickleball and tennis match with you? Tell us the way of pickleball with you, sir.
Yeah, it's really interesting because my journey is an interesting one in tennis.
Yes.
And part of my journey, junior, college, you did mention that I was a Stanford academic All-American. You corrected yourself. I definitely wasn't an academic All-American.
I was trying to make you look better than you already aren't. Just kidding.
So I was an All-American, but it was because of my tennis skills. But I took it all the way to pro tennis, and then when I finished, I started coaching tennis.
Yes, sir.
Then I built this online tennis instruction platform. I've got 800 videos on YouTube to choose from. So if you want to learn how to hit a serve or a forehand, knock yourself out. I stopped making videos a couple years ago. That was, again, like my past life, past career. But obviously tennis will always be near and dear to my heart. But about 6 or 7 years ago, somebody came to me and said, "You need to start making pickleball videos. Like, you need to start and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Really?
Like pickleball videos. And I actually saw it coming then, but then I was like, that's going to be weird for me because I don't play pickleball. So all of a sudden I'm going to be the pickleball expert. So I stayed in my lane as an online tennis coach for many years, but I watched this ascension of pickleball. And a couple of years ago, I found myself on the court for the first time, and I was like, "What's all the hubbub?" And what I realized very quickly was that, for me, it was something that reminded me of when I was 6 or 7 years old. And when we played tennis, we played mini tennis.
Yes.
So we played mini tennis, and we worked on our slice and we worked on our dinks, and sometimes we volleyed. And that's how, when we were kids, we played mini tennis when we weren't playing regular tennis. That was the game.
Hey, did you start?
And it really took me.
Did you start at the net or did you start back at the service line for mini tennis?
Yeah, I started at the service line.
Oh, okay.
That's how my dad taught me.
I thought
So I was at the service line.
Going.
So, when I started playing, I was like, wow, this really reminds me of like playing in the playground type of thing, like having fun, And so I've got a love-hate relationship with tennis. It's given me so much, but I've also lost a lot, and there's been a lot of pain with it. And pickleball is something that's new. It gets me, I don't have to run as much because I'm 50 years old now.
We're the same age, man. I watched you grow
but
up.
I still get my heart rate up, and it's got so many benefits, but it reminds me of that. Now I'm truly, I don't want to say I'm a hack, because clearly the tennis background, I can play right away at that kind of 4-5 level. Maybe I can bump up against 5-0 just coming out of the gate kind of type of deal. But I do understand the nuances to get to the next level. And, I play 10 times a year. It's not like I'm playing a tremendous amount, but if I have a choice of how I want to get exercise and how I want to connect with other humans, I'm going to play pickleball all day long.
So let me ask you this. When you do play for fun, and again, the show says Pickleball Show, but it's generally all-encompassing. And I saw you. I remember your name as a kid. Even the guy, my buddy at Green Hill, I showed him your name, and he goes, "You're talking to Jeff Salzenstein?" I said, "Salzenstein?" I said, "Yeah, I am." And he goes, "Wow." And he's just 4 years younger than me. And he played Kalamazoo. We all played Kalamazoo, and all that. You were way up there, man. But I mean, it's fun. It's fun because, but I just didn't put two and two. I just saw the passion, and I saw your what you're working on now, and I just was like, I don't care, because I want to get this guy on, because number one, it's kind of a bucket list thing, to have you on. But so let me ask this: how would you correlate the difference between tennis and pickleball? And you said you played some paddle. I played some paddle, and that's the other thing is, I mean, your skill sets, you're probably top 5 that can make money off tennis rackets if you really wanted to. But your skill set's so awesome. But what do you see like difference-wise, as in objectively, obviously, in each sport with regards to the mental emotional piece? Is it the same for certain pieces, or is it just a racket sports mental thing you're working on? Or what do you think?
Well, what I love, there's many things that I love about pickleball. One of them, and I'll name some of them in our conversation, but the barrier to entry is so low. Like anyone can go play pickleball, but not everyone can go play tennis. Like tennis is so hard. It's so hard to learn the right way. And I think people underestimate when they watch Wimbledon and they watch the majors, like how many hours have been put in to be a great tennis player. And so pickleball, anyone can show up and play and get a rally going. That's what I love about pickleball. The tennis purists are pissed about it. They're like, it's not a real game. It's not a sport. I'm like, don't we want people moving and shaking and having fun and meeting new people? And then what are we really trying to do here? And so from a mental and physical aspect, I think tennis is just like the toughest thing to do. I mean, I lived it. I was on the pro tour. I traveled alone. I lost, the mental health challenges that tennis players have because of what we go through. I mean, it is intense. Padel is kind of like, a hybrid, like it's closer to tennis than pickleball. And if you're a tennis player, you're going to gravitate kind of towards the Padel, maybe more than pickleball. But all of them present their own challenges. And listen, I played actually 2 tournaments as a pickleball player.
Which ones?
And I played my first one last year here, and both of them have been in Denver. And they were some pro tournament where I was in the recreational event. But here's the thing again, let's talk about connection, and let's talk about why pickleball is absolutely exploding and why tennis is not. I mean, there's many reasons, but here's one big one. I played mixed doubles with my cousin. My cousin is in her 50s, maybe she's 60. She loves pickleball. She lives in Austin, Texas.
Want a
she
name
got on a
drop?
plane.
What's that? What's her name? Want a name drop? Let's hear her name.
Her name is Julie Hewlin. But anyway, she plays pickleball and loves it. She doesn't have a background in tennis. And 2 cousins, she flies up to Denver, 2 cousins get on a pickleball court, and we played a tournament together.
That's the story.
That would never happen in tennis. And so then this year I get cornered because people are like, "Oh yeah, you're the former pro." By the way, we didn't do very well. Everyone thought we were going to crush. But again, I'm not probably good enough as a pickleball player to like dominate the court yet.
I
But
love it.
this year, I got tracked down by a male player, a friend of mine. He's a former professional soccer player. He
Nice.
actually played for the Dallas team years ago.
Wow.
Forgetting the nickname. Um, but he tracked me down. He's never played a tennis
You
sport or
say
racket
tattoo, I'm
sport
gonna
before.
crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. It's not tattoo, is
No,
it?
it's not
Okay.
tattoo,
All
but his
right.
name's Tyler. And Tyler tracked me down, and we played a tournament.
Uh-huh.
And we played this round robin for 3 hours. And again, we didn't do that well.
Yes.
Thought we would probably do better. But I'd never be able to play with this human being in a tennis tournament, So I'm getting a chance to meet people, meet new people, get on a court. And I just think it's this is one reason why it's exploding is because I told you earlier off camera here. I believe that if everyone played pickleball, we could start to solve the mental health challenges, the anxiety, the depression, the burnout people are having,
True.
because pickleball has so many benefits for
Yeah.
so many reasons.
Social, well, it's like you said in a very, very amazing, educated, articulate way. Basically, the success rate's so high because of the gear and how the court's built. I mean, we've had a badminton player on. By the way, JC Simon, our show's owns, playing in the Olympics this year. She will be there. She's there right now in Paris training for the badminton. Be looking for JC Simon. She she came on and explained how, because I played Division II college, but we took a badminton class one time. Dr. Ferguson, bless your heart, man. And we did played badminton. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And she explained all the intricacies, how to move the ball around. I thought the same way for pickleball. But the success rate with the paddle in the court is huge, and the social aspect, like you said. But
Yeah, it's great. And honestly, I mean, I play doubles. I played singles for the first time with friends a couple weeks ago, but
like that?
I just played with three buddies of mine. We all played Division I college tennis.
Mm-hmm.
One guy went to Arizona, another guy played at Colorado, another guy played at South Florida.
Wow.
And so high level tennis players,
Yeah.
we don't know how to dink. I kind of know how to dink now, but these guys don't know how to dink. We're just tennis players playing pickleball.
I don't
But
know.
the four of us are at actually different levels in tennis because of we all went on and did different things.
Yes.
We wouldn't go out and go play tennis right now, the four of us. It just wouldn't be the same. And so we now have we're starting a standing monthly pickleball where we can connect for 2 hours, hour and a half, and they're old friends. And pickleball is bringing us together. And I'm seeing that left, right, and center. And there's a reason why, again, it's a hockey stick with growth because of all the benefits. And I'm playing doubles.
What'd you call it? A hockey stick with growth?
It's a hockey stick of growth. But awesome. What I was going to say is that in doubles, again, you're not having to cover a lot of the court.
Yeah.
But I'm not in the greatest shape that I used to be. But there's so many points. There's so many reactions. So the reactions. In tennis, you don't have a lot of reactions, actually. Tennis is a slower game.
Yeah.
This is a faster game where you're at the net. You have to have reactions. This helps brain. So brain development, if you want to avoid dementia and Alzheimer's and keep your brain intact, go play pickleball because you're going to have to react quickly, right? And so you do that for 30, 40 years. It's going to help your brain. I get out of breath playing pickleball doubles. People say there's not a lot of movement. The start and stops gets my heart rate like that.
I know, it's good. It's good.
And then I played singles for the first time the other day, and I was like, oh, wait, this is kind of fun, too.
I knew you'd like
that.
So
I may get the singles bug. We'll see.
Well, listen, if you remember, or I'll remind you now, I won't bug you too often. No, that's not true. I probably will. But is that I want a picture of you and your buddies playing pickleball.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to add it to you with your show, and if you'd like to come back on,
okay,
just whenever, if you have a good time,
sure.
You can tell us your journey. We do some funny videos with you guys. I think it'd be great. I mean, that's truly. You said two things. The reason why I started this journey that I'm on, that I had no idea what I didn't know what podcast was. Didn't know how to do it. Had no idea I'd end up with all this. Had no clue. But I like the stories. I like the stories. And you said when playing with your cousin is so awesome. I mean, that makes my heart feel really good. And the other thing is playing with your buddies. You say monthly. I mean, those are good stories that come out of having individuals like you on, because I'm kind of a jerk now. I kind of pick and choose the people I want to get on, and if they don't ever answer me, it's like, okay, bye.
Totally.
But well, hey, let's go into the kitchen, man. Let's go move on to the next level here.
Let's go. I go into the kitchen way more than I'm supposed to because I'm so used to closing the net.
I know that.
I get so aggressive on the high ball, and
Oh, yeah.
all of a sudden my momentum takes me in and I lose points. So I'm learning.
You will get out of that quick. I've seen you play as a junior as well as in college, man. I mean, you're gonna figure it out real quick because I was
starting to.
I was a serving volleyer because I couldn't afford lessons growing up because I'm one of four. And I'm a triplet, and there's no way I could spend all the money on. I was okay, but the point is, I played Division II level, and I did what I could. I couldn't afford lessons, so I practiced my serve, and I outran people. I was like, two things I could do that my old man said to do. And Mom, hope you're doing good. I love you, and Dad, love you too. Sorry. All right, I gotta find my thing because you got me nervous. So far, let's go to in the kitchen. Let's talk about favorite band or song. What are you jamming to right now, Jeff? Come on now.
The one band that I love seeing, and I'm actually just bought tickets, and I'm the type in Colorado. I go to
Red Rocks.
I go to Red Rocks.
Oh, awesome.
So my band right now that is top 5, top 3 is One Republic.
Oh man, you get to see them at Red Rocks. Nice, dude.
I have seen them at Red Rocks, and then they're going to play in Colorado Springs in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and I'm going 3 weeks, and I'm going on my own.
Dude.
I don't have anyone to go. I just go solo to these things, and I just rock out.
Yes, easy in, easy out, baby. All right, so we got that One Republic. What's your favorite movie that you've been watching?
Gosh, the movie thing, people are going to think I'm really boring.
No.
I don't really watch
That's
a
okay.
lot of movies.
No.
So what I do is I really like documentaries,
Okay.
especially sports ones.
There
And
you
probably my favorite one was during the COVID pandemic deal. I watched The Last Dance,
I
Michael
knew it
Jordan.
with the Bulls. My wife loved that. That's really awesome.
Unbelievable.
Funny story about that. Rodman played at Southeastern Oklahoma, and one part of my scholarship was work study. I had to work the rec. It was so not hard. But anyway, I got calls every single day about Dennis Rodman. Did he go to school there? Is his jersey up? I'm like, yeah, his jersey's in the field house. Looks like crap. But the point is, I remember The Last Dance with that. You know what I started watching is Wayward Pines. M. Night Shyamalan. It's like a drama type murder thing. Anyway, it's got Matt Dillon in it, not Damon. It's pretty cool. Came out 2015. All right, brother. Favorite podcast. What's your favorite podcast? Don't say this one.
I'm a big... What's that?
Don't say this one.
Okay, I won't say this one.
Thank
Besides
God.
this one,
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Andrew Huberman. All the biohacking. I love
nice.
Learning all the hacks. This is what I'm doing now. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach. I work with executives and leaders. We help them decrease their stress, and so all the hacks around breathing, sleeping, food, movement, how the brain works. That's my jam.
Wow. All right. What's your favorite sports team? Do you have a favorite sports team?
Easy. Denver Nuggets, number 1.
Oh, come on.
World champion Denver Nuggets from a year ago.
World champion Dallas just beat the Nuggets, bro.
Okay.
Oh, what?
and then Denver Broncos. We've been down the last decade, but I've been to 3 Super Bowls.
Fair enough.
And I'm 3-0 when I go. I didn't go when they lost to Seattle and New York.
Oh, really?
And I didn't go way back in the day when I was young. I've been to the 3 Super Bowls that they've won. I'm not going to take credit for it though.
Okay, whatever, dude. You like Mark? You met Mark.
When Elway beat Favre in 1998 in San Diego, I was there.
What?
The next year when we beat the Falcons in Miami, I was there. Got a picture with the late great Stuart Scott from ESPN who passed on. He was down there. I got a picture with him, and then 8 years ago when we beat Cam Newton and the Panthers in Santa Clara.
Oh, yes.
I was there.
That's right.
3-0, baby. Let's go.
Well, I was born in Kansas, and I'm a Chiefs fan. We still have season tickets from 1970. So I didn't like you in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s.
Yeah, you guys got us now. That Mahomes thing has got us beat.
And my wife went to Texas Tech, and she flipped out. She's a Southern girl. She's a Texan, and you wouldn't think that she's capable of such language. But, whoo, when he got drafted, wow, she even made up some words. So don't get mad at me, honey. All right. So let's talk about animals. You like animals? Care about animals? You have animals? You have pets, dogs, plants?
Yeah, I don't have pets because I'm single and I'm responsible enough to know that I don't want to leave the dog alone.
You're your own pet.
I don't. Yeah, I know. Like, you mean I gotta walk the dog multiple times a day? I gotta walk myself. That's hard enough. So I don't have pets. I prefer dogs to cats.
There you go, my man. All right, we're gonna do a new segment. It's called In or Out, and this is the first time we're doing it. We're gonna hold off
Pressure.
on the good, the bad, the pickleball till you get your pickleball legs in more and more. So this one's called In and Out, so I'm gonna tell you two stories. There are two stories,
Okay.
and you can guess which one's real by saying in, or you can say that's a load of crap and call it out. All right, ready?
Okay.
And you could give me one or two as well. So be thinking. All right. All right. In or Out segment with Jeff Salzenstein, my man, the hammer, the original hammer from my generation. Okay, so I was with my mom and dad yesterday, and they can't really do much. They're getting into assisted living, and Dad comes to me real quietly and goes, "Hey, can we do a beer run?" I go, "Yeah, let's go." Are you driving? He goes, "Yeah, I'll drive." He's got a handicap on there and all that stuff, and I go, "All right, let's go." So I go, "You want me to drive?" He goes, "Fuck no," pardon my language. And I go, "All right." So I sit in the passenger seat. So we go into CVS, right? It's hot as heck, and it's a smaller town. And we go in there. We go back to a 12-pack of Dos Equis. He can't carry it because he's got a walker, and he's paying for it. And I try to pay for it. So here I am walking out with a 12-pack of beer. My dad's parked in the handicap, all cattywampus, and we're leaving for CVS. In or out?
In.
True. God, it's true, man.
Easy. That was easy, man. That was easy.
I didn't
No
think you
brainer.
followed.
That was an in.
Whatever. All right. Okay. All right. So right now I'm currently the head pro at a facility in Dallas. It's an awesome place, private school here. And they actually have I'm a certified pickleball pro. Played a ton until I started getting into this 2 years ago. And I think you'll learn that, Jeff, that the more you'll play pickleball and you get into it, the more you can because you're covering fun stuff. So you're busy anyway.
Right.
Anyway, so I go. There's a pickleball camp there and there's a tennis camp, and I'm just doing the tennis camp because the director's like, "I'm not worried about pickleball. I don't know what's going on there." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm getting ready. Not a few weeks ago, and there's a lot of college kids running around the gym, setting toes. I look up and there's this pretty young woman, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And they go, "Hey, Uncle Kurt." I'm like, "Oh God," it was my niece, and she's teaching pickleball, and I'm not teaching pickleball. In or out?
Out.
False. True. It's in, brother.
Damn.
Yeah, my niece is teaching pickleball, but I am teaching pickleball at a private HOA, 7 minutes away, at camp. So,
All right.
In or out? So,
Out.
all right, I got you. So anyway, that's our segment. You want to try one or two questions, or we want to regroup next time you come on? It can be
with in or out.
Yeah,
with in or out.
Yeah,
back
just
to you.
questions. Yeah, back to me.
All right. There are about 57 14,000-foot peaks in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
We call them 14ers.
Mm-hmm.
And I have hiked 5 of them. The answer, in or out, I've hiked. The in would be I've hiked over 5. The out would be I've hiked under 5.
Oh, this is tough, dude. Oh, your personality is so hard to though, because I can't.
Over 5 is an in.
In.
Out is an under. Is it under 5?
In. I got to know your person. You got to go.
It's
for
out.
It. No,
it's out.
What?
I hiked my first 14er a year ago. Even though I grew up, I did 2 last year, and then we tried to summit one 2 weeks ago, and we had a blizzard at the top, and I didn't make it to the top. So technically, I've only done 2.
All right, you got one more. I got to get. We're 1-1 with
All right.
me. So
The Manitou Incline is a steep hiking trail. There are 2,700 stairs on this Manitou Incline. The world record going up this incline, which, it's a couple thousand feet maybe up, or maybe it's 1,000 feet. I don't know. It's probably more actually. But the record up to the top, straight from the bottom to the top, all the best elite athletes do it, 17 minutes. But most people, when they come to Colorado, like if they come from Kansas or Texas, they can't even get up this thing because of the altitude, right? So my best time going up is under 45 minutes, in or out.
You're a jerk. I hate this. I'm going to edit. Rob, you're going to delete this crap, right? Okay. We're going to edit this out.
My best time up the Manitou incline is under 45 minutes.
I'm going to say out.
Correct.
Yeah. We're 500.
I broke 50 minutes for the first time this year. I did in 47 minutes.
Wow. Well, hey, man.
So you just try to go, I can't run up it. I just walk up it and I try not to stop. And if I'm just steady, I can do it in about 47 minutes.
Jesus. All right. Well,
my goal, I turned 50 last year. So my goal was to go sub my age. So I got 47.
God. Damn, I turned 50 in September. Well, hey, look, man, can we have you back on to talk about your
Sure.
Sure. The
stuff, zone of excellence.
Yeah, the zone of excellence. Yeah, but I want to talk about some. I want to talk about the zone of excellence, but also
my career,
some of your Stanford stuff, and there's so much, man, and it's just so much.
Oh, there's so much.
My generation.
There's a long story. We got a long story, man. There's a long story behind that.
Well, I was a fence hugger. I was the one that got killed first round of those qualifying tournaments to get to call a wild card into big tournaments. I was first round.
We call you were a draw filler.
Screw you, man.
You filled the draw. Well,
Shut up.
Here's the
That's
thing.
true though.
Here's the thing. The reason why I'm giving you a hard time is guess what I was on the pro tour? I was a draw filler.
Oh.
I would show up. I'd show up at these tour events, and you had Agassi and Roddick and Federer and all these guys. They walk down the street, and they're just hoarded by thousands of people. And I walk down, and people are like, I don't even know who that guy is. So I was a draw filler on the pro tour.
Oh, that's first round roadkill. On that note, I can be reached at curtis@reachbracketsports.com or look up the Pickleball Show on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Amazon. But most importantly, how can my newly friend, the guy I've admired from afar for over 30 years?
Yeah.
How that sounds weird, but I'm not going weird. I'm saying I admired how you work because we've read about you in USTA magazine. They read about you.
Yeah.
Anyway, how would they get in touch with you, Jeff Salzenstein?
Yes. Go to jeffsalzenstein.com. So in the second season of my life, I've moved off of tennis. Mm-hmm. And I am focusing on coaching leaders, executives, CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs. I coach them. I'm also a keynote speaker. So I go in and I deliver workshops and keynotes, and it's about the zone of excellence.
Yes, let's talk about
the zone of excellence is the body, mind, and soul. How do you optimize your performance and health? How do you create more resilience? And how do you become a better leader and a better human? So go to jeffsalzenstein.com, check it out, and hopefully I can inspire you in some way to be the best version of yourself.
You will. Hang on. I'm going to show you something real quick. This is important because you said your old man taught you how to play tennis, right?
Yes, sir.
Mine too. Look at this. That's my old man on there. We were doing pickleball together. It's a shitty
awesome.
view,
but so awesome.
He taught me how to play tennis too in '85. But anyway, all right. Well, hey man, what'd you call yourself again? I was called
a draw filler.
You're not a draw filler, bro. Come on.
Or almost. I like to say almost famous.
Almost famous.
The movie
Shit.
Almost Famous.
Oh yeah, with Cameron Crowe, dude. Of course, man. I mean, that was Almost Famous. That's bullshit. You are famous.
I mean, if you follow tennis, you know who I am. But if you don't follow tennis, you have no idea who I am. Because I walk into these rooms and they say, "Oh yeah, former top 100 player," and the people just stare at me like I have no clue who you are. So you know who I am because you play tennis, but most people don't, and that's fine.
That's the beauty of it. That's why I'm doing this.
It's all good.
That's why I'm doing this damn show.